Kia ora and thanks for joining me here on another episode of Alt Shift. We're in the middle of a conversation with my friend Angela. So if you have not watched part one, make sure you watch the previous video. But Angela is an incredible woman. She is renting her houses out for $1 a week during the coronavirus lockdown here in New Zealand. And she is also a wheelchair user. So the first part of the conversation is looking a lot more at the health and accessibility side of things during something like a coronavirus lockdown. But today we are going to be looking more at the real estate side of things and what she is doing there. So without further ado, here's Angela. You've come from a background of real estate, is that right?
I'm actually a teacher by trade. I was pregnant with a third child and I ended up losing my baby, which was tragic, and after that I didn't know what to do, and I went back to teaching. I'm a special needs teacher, and in the school holidays I saw this ad that said you can train as a real estate agent, and I thought, oh well, I've always loved real estate, going to open homes and such like, so I'll go and do that. It'll just give me another string to my bow. And I remember the first paycheck that came in, I burst into tears because it was more for selling this house than I had earned in a term teaching these children, and how much more valuable that work was versus just selling a house. But anyway, I stuck with selling houses without blowing my own trumpet. I was in the top 5% in Ponsonby, and Ponsonby is a pretty sought after area, and it's very competitive as far as agents go.
Because the news article was about how you had a house that you owned become vacant and you offered it to people for rent for $1 a week during the lockdown. That blew me away. I just thought, who does that?
Crazy people like me. And the point of listing the property for $1 was that it, as it said in the copy, it came vacant unexpectedly, and I didn't get the message from the ex-tenant until Wednesday morning. I spent the rest of Wednesday on the phone to, firstly, immigration, thinking that, because what I wanted to do is say, well, can people who are stuck here, and international people who can't get out, can I offer them this house, and can you put it on your emergency housing list or something along those lines. Finally got through after an hour and a half, and they told me that I needed to ring Wins. So started again, rang Wins, spent the rest of the afternoon on the phone waiting for Wins, and in the end I just gave up because I was over it, and I thought, well, what can I actually do? And it's like, I'll just stick it on Trade Me and see what happens. So I stuck it on Trade Me, and all of this happened. It went crazy. Firstly, in the first 2 or 3 days with exactly that, international people, and so we used it quite a few times for them. And the next day I woke up to, I think it was 358 emails, and they were all from Kiwis stuck in New Zealand, stuck in Auckland, stuck somewhere where they were living in a house of 11 people, stuck in a caravan with 2 children, stuck in a car with 2 children, just dreadful things. And a lot of people who, about half of them were people whose fixed term tenancies were ending, and whose landlords had said, well, we need to move into them, so you'll have to move out. We found the legislation, and I spent ages emailing it out to everybody, saying, here it is in black and white, they can't kick you out.
Quite clearly, there's a rent freeze, and there's very strict conditions for evictions at the moment. And it sounds like a lot of the people you're talking to don't meet those conditions. They should still be able to stay there. So that's quite disheartening. Yeah.
It is. And I've got some stuff on paper now, and I'm going to be sending it in places, and I'll ring Peter Thompson of Barfoot and Thompson's and just go, what the hell is going on? You actually can't do this, and you need your property managers to know that they just can't do this.
Not only are you, as a landlord, personally making a difference, you're now hitting up the other landlords and the other property managers and telling them, but hey, like, things are different, so you're advocating now for others as well.
Well, I'm advocating. I guess advocating is not really the right word, because I'm an advocate for myself and I know what's involved in that. I'm just trying to use the networks, contacts and abilities, I guess, that I have to see if I can make it any further difference.
You not only look at what you have in your hands and what skills and what things you have and the space, the physical resources, but you also, like you said, you get creative. You're like, well, what can I do, or who can I contact, or what can I activate beyond myself to make a difference?
I mean, I've got lots of ideas and lots of things, but I need to get my energy levels back up again. And I think this thing has re-energized me too, because it's not just been me reaching out, it's been all these people reaching out to me. I mean, there's been just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of amazing comments left on the news items. I've had a stream of the most beautiful compliments from people. So, all of that's really good for the soul, and that's healing stuff for me. So that re-energizes me, which means that then I can continue on with what I'm doing. I mean, one of the things that I seriously hope comes out of this is that people connect with people again, because we've all missed seeing humanity, and yet we've spent the last 5-10 years losing humanity by being constantly on social networking. Not there's anything wrong with it, but not constantly. So hopefully this might be something that comes out of being caught in our bubbles, the need to actually connect with others, whoever they are, our families, our neighbours, people that we go past on the street or we meet at the bus stop, or that would be something that would be a really lovely outcome of this, I believe. And now there's someone else here I'd like you to meet too. This is my boy Braden. Come say hello, Braden. Put your head over my shoulder.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
Mate, those are some funky looking glasses.
Thank you.
Braden actually owns the West Harbour house. So it's actually Braden's house that I caretake. The little one over here is both of our houses. So he's more generous than he knows. He's my special boy. How old are you, Braden?
I'm 33.
You're 33.
Wow, how are you finding lockdown?
A little bit hard.
Yeah?
I can't see my friends anymore.
And you can't go where?
I can't go bowling. Timber bowling.
You're a fan of bowling?
Yeah, because I do Special Olympics.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
Yeah, I went to Wellington for my tournament.
And what did you win?
I got first in my doubles and my singles.
A gold medal.
Yeah.
Wicked. He's our athlete in the family, aren't you, darling?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so good.
Thank you. So that's my special boy.
Just sitting here with you today, I'm like, I want to come and be in your bubble.
Yeah, we have a fun bubble.
What do people need to know? How can they actually care and support in this time?
I guess in this time of need, show your ability. Take your abilities out, shake them off, and put them to the forefront, because that's what you can do. It's just getting the message out and getting people to just have a look at themselves and go, am I able to do this? Then why am I not doing this? What have I got to lose?
If there was any time, now's the time.
If there is any time, now's the time. Because we're just in, we're in, as they keep saying, unprecedented times, and so it's time to do unprecedented things. And if that means renting your house out for $1 a week, that's what it is. And if this goes on for 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, it makes no difference. I'm just grateful that some people like you, or someone like you, is doing something like this, because it's having the knowledge to get stuff out into the media is definitely not my strong point. I was lucky to have the story picked up, but I don't know how to do that, and you do. I know how to do other stuff, so you're dusting off your abilities where you are in your current new office and using them, which is fantastic. Exactly.
Thanks so much, Angela. Just great. Oh, I'm blessed to have heard your story and your perspective. It's inspired me to continue dusting off the skills, like you said. So I just hope that, this conversation can inspire others as well. So thanks for your time.
You're very welcome. Thank you.